Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with Covenant Pro Wrestling Uproar 1.7. I'm James Randall alongside my broadcast colleague Jack Colby, and we have an awesome show planned for you today. But right now, we have a message from the chairman, Will Sheridan.
I wonder what he's got to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, as most of you likely know, last week I went head-to-head with Butch in the first round of Covenant Pro Wrestling's Tournament of Champions. Now, when we're talking about a chance to hold the Covenant Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship, the stakes are pretty high. And in high-stakes situations, you expect your opponent to have a certain level of performance. You expect them to be focused. You expect them to attack you with everything that they have. But last week, that wasn't the case with Butch. Last week, Butch was distracted. He was distant. He wasn't himself, and something just felt off. That is why, despite the fact as a competitor, I won that match and I was thrilled, as a general manager, it was eating away at me. I had to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I sent Butch to be psychologically evaluated, because not only did he need the support, but I needed the answers. But the answer that I received is quite troubling. You see, Butch, true to his name, is quite the lunatic. However, according to the finest mental health professionals on this side of the country, what we saw last week was beyond the scope of Butch's normal pathology. To me, that means one thing and one thing only: that the claims he's been making, that Entertainer interfered in his match last week, they have to be true. So now I'm in a position where I have to give Butch something that he deserves. An opportunity to exact his revenge against the demon known as the Entertainer. And it will be next week at Phoenix Rising in a last man standing match.
Wait a minute.
What?
The Entertainer? I don't think he knows.
No, he knows.
Will.
That is one creepy son of a bitch.
That doesn't sound fair at all. Giving little Butchie the opportunity to hurt me. For giving me your old friend, Entertainer. Nothing exciting to look forward to at all. How about we make it a little more interesting, a little more fun? If Butch wins, he exacts his revenge. But if he loses, I get to take something away from him.
I don't like the sound of this.
I get to take
I don't like the sound of this at all.
identity, his shield, his pathetic coping mechanism that he uses to hide his shame away from the cruel world. If he loses, I'm going to take his goddamn mask.
Entertainer with a loaded threat.
Is it an empty threat?
I don't know, but it's aimed, I would assume, at both Butch and Will Sheridan. But right now, we're moving on to the action, starting off with Ashley Walsh taking on the newcomer, Marilyn Myers, the Queen of Screams. Ashley Walsh, we know that she wants to get her hands on Hisano, but right now, she's gonna have to test herself against the newcomer here.
He's also one of the few wrestlers who hasn't had a win yet, and some people backstage are calling her Trashly Walsh.
That is very,
Ladies
very
and
true.
gentlemen, our opening contest is scheduled for one fall, with a time limit of 20 minutes. Making their way to the ring first, in their Covenant Pro Wrestling debut, they are the Queen of Screams, Marilyn Myers.
Marilyn Myers.
They look familiar.
They do look familiar. It kind of gives me Addams Family vibes, you know? She prides herself on her gothic appearance and her love of horror, and the Queen of Screams making her debut here. It just seems familiar, and maybe that's a good sign for Miss Myers here.
Do you think it's an accident that she's joining us in October, which is known by many as the spooky month, the month of Halloween?
You know, I think purple and orange look great together, so if that is a sign that Covenant Pro Wrestling is entering the age of Halloween with Marilyn Myers, I am all for it.
I mean, we do have quite a few superstars who could be considered to be Halloween characters. We've already seen one today with The Entertainer. We've got Mothman. We've got Starry.
And now for their opponent. Making her
Too
way to
good.
the ring from Dublin,
good.
Ireland, weighing at approximately 176 pounds, she is the friendly Irish lass known for kicking ass. This is Ashley Walsh.
And everyone, I want to apologize first and foremost for the horrible sound of my throat again this week. I know it's horrible every week, but I'm still sick as I was last week. But Ashley Walsh, you know, I'm excited for this matchup. She's yet to have a win. Some people are calling her Trashly Walsh, but I think today she wants to take out the trash, starting with Marilyn Myers and then eventually with Hisano.
If I'm being honest, Marilyn Myers is probably going to wipe the floor with Trashly. I mean, I haven't seen much potential from Ashley so far, and it's starting to worry me. Why do we hire her?
You know, she's got a great demeanor. She is very pleasant when she's not totally focused on Hisano, but right now she needs to be focused on Marilyn Myers because out of the gate, Marilyn Myers is fired up. Big senton there from the top rope, and I am fired up right now. This feels amazing to be here with you guys today. Jack, what are you most excited for tonight?
I don't really know what I'm most excited for, but what I'm least excited for is having to hear you cough all night. However, I'm most excited to see just the competitors absolutely tear each other apart.
You are going to hear me cough all night, and, you know, I think you're also going to get your second wish of these two competitors tearing each other apart because neither woman wants to lose, reversing there into a DDT.
I've noticed that the two wrestlers have very similar color palettes, just one's much brighter.
You know, I think it's two sides of the same coin. Marilyn Myers, obviously a little bit darker. Ashley Walsh, she likes to be the bright and bubbly type. But, you know, she's got to kind of steer away from Hisano there, and I think she'll be okay. But she just hasn't been able to do that. A big springing neck breaker. Marilyn Myers...
It feels a bit like it feels a bit like an unhealthy obsession with Hisano.
It definitely does. And I have to say, I don't know if Marilyn Myers is looking this good because Ashley Walsh just distracted by that, or if she's just one of those born competitors that is going to impress us at every turn. But right now, you know, with the exception for this, Marilyn Myers has been on fire tonight.
I'd like to say that you've probably jinxed Myers now, due to the fact that the moment you said she was doing well, the table started to be turned.
Listen, talking about me jinxing people, I will jinx you, Jack. I'm tired of it. You're always coming for the neck. I can't take it anymore. I swear to God. If I see any animal crackers here tonight, I'm eating them. They're all mine. I'm getting back to this match. Chops on the outside.
At least I can talk.
So can I.
Barely.
Ashley Walsh going outside. We're not used to seeing her do this. A big slam there. Voice cracking and all from me. That's how you know it hit hard.
It hit so hard that it nearly killed our commentator.
Ashley Walsh, you don't look at her and you see someone that, you know, would do this kind of thing. This isn't her normal MO. But is she getting desperate enough to be the kind of competitor that can defeat someone like her nemesis, Hisano?
Well, I can't really answer that question. But I'm going to be honest, I thought you were going to ask if she'd quit, and to that I'd say she's dumb enough not to.
I don't know what her IQ level is or what kind of thing she's studying, but right now she needs to study her opponent because Marilyn Myers is fired up right now on the outside with those kicks.
Do you think Marilyn Myers, do you think she might have legally changed her name to sort of match with her Halloween obsession with characters such as Michael Myers?
I actually think they might be related. Actually, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. It's not in the character information I have.
I mean, we'll have to ask her after the show. Well, if she's even standing after the show.
If either of these girls are standing after the show, brutal knee strike on the outside.
You think she had brass knees?
Her knee pads are a different color than her tights, and they're on the outside. I don't know. Seems kind of fishy to me.
We should probably get Mac in to investigate.
Good old Mac Daddy Furnace.
Do you think either of these have daddy issues?
What?
Yes. Marilyn Manson? No. Myers probably came in to get away from past. That's how I'm feeling just watching her now. Because she has a lot of repressed rage.
You know, Marilyn Myers, I don't think she's running from anything. I think she's running towards everything. I think she's passionate about horror movies. She's passionate about those old school, monster movies. So I think maybe she wants to personify that a little bit. And by way of doing that, she's a very aggressive competitor that's willing to do just about anything to her opponent.
Anything?
We'll just have to see.
I mean, you seem to be a lot more positive about Myers than I am. Because I think it's just another dark and grim goth girl joining the show.
That may very well be the case. You'll excuse me once more. I have heard that Marilyn Myers, she does have a mean streak. She is not a saint, definitely not. So, are her colors going to be shown here tonight? Is she going to pull something nefarious? Possibly. But right now, she's just looking like a very seasoned competitor that's taking it to Ashley Walsh.
I question the validity of Ashley Walsh right now, because all I'm going to say is all we see is her losses, and even if she's focused on Hisano, that's not an excuse for a seasoned superstar to have. You have to be on the top of your game every single match. And I believe she's got too much reckless aggression.
Definitely.
Oh,
Wait a minute. She had that Gravedigger in for a split second, that Dragon Sleeper.
Contest via
Ashley Walsh.
submission, Marilyn Myers.
And if any of the fans don't like me calling her Ashley Walsh, when she wins, I'll stop calling her it.
I want to know what you're gonna call her when she wins, but we'll have to work on that nickname heavily.
Ashley Walsh.
But now we go on to the men's tournament. Will Sheridan taking on William Black. Wait a minute, guys. I'm hearing now that Ashley Walsh has gone back into the ring and she refuses to leave. So we're going to head back out there in just a moment before we go on to William Black versus Will Sheridan. This is insane.
Actually, I think she might just be having a bit of a fit. If... Hmm. That's a bad move going after Hisano's honor.
Definitely a bad move. If we know anything about Hisano, we know that she takes honor very seriously.
All my knowledge of the Yakuza comes from the Yakuza video games. However, I was able to see that they're very all about honor and stuff like that.
Good games.
Yeah, but there's a baseball bat wielding maniac chasing me the entire time, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. But back to whatever this is.
No escapes, no excuses. A Yakuza cage fight at Phoenix Rising. Our first ever cage match in Covenant Pro Wrestling.
What's the difference between a normal cage fight and a Yakuza cage fight?
I believe that a Yakuza cage fight can only be won by submission or knockout. But now we move out to another match that's going to knock you out. Will Sheridan versus William Black. The Battle of Wills, Live Wire versus the Wolf of War. Jack Colby, tell me what you see when you look at these two competitors.
Well, I'm not really sure. On one end, I see someone in William Black who I'm very afraid of criticizing due to the fact I think he might cut me in half. However, with Will Sheridan, he built the company on his... So, it's going to be hard.
The following matchup is scheduled for one fall with a time limit of 20 minutes. Making their way to the rings first, weighing in at 269 pounds from Biloxi, Mississippi, the Wolf of War, William Black.
This man scares me.
Scares me as well. You know, he doesn't care about anything other than winning and gaining championships, and if you're in his way, you're nothing but collateral damage. But I did hear that William Black has said that he's honored to be facing Will Sheridan, so maybe there's more to him than we're seeing right now.
Yeah, but you kind of don't have a choice but to be honored when you're facing Will Sheridan. He's the face of the company. Like, especially with his little winning streak he's going on right now. Like, people are lining up to fight him.
Definitely, and I know that he's super concerned about being the figurehead of a company and also, you know, having a winning streak. People think he's pulling strings, but honestly, I've heard he's just been training extra hard. And I know that he's one day wanting to step down as being general manager just so he can focus on being a competitor in his own right.
What superstar do you think would fit as a new general manager? Entertainer?
Anyone except that.
And now, introducing their opponent from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, weighing in at 229 pounds, he is the Live Wire Iron Will Sheridan.
I'd vote Eback as a general manager, but right now, our general manager, Will Sheridan, making his way to the ring because it is his vindication.
I wonder if he's going to give me a raise if I do well today.
Maybe you'll get a couple extra animal crackers in your stocking on Christmas Eve.
We have received complaints about animal crackers, though. And
Yeah, we've been told we talk about our animal crackers too much, but guess what? You're just mad that we have them and you don't.
I will murder for animal crackers. And I become Butch when it turns into animal cracker time.
You're Butch?
No,
But you just said you were Butch.
I become like Butch.
Oh.
I guess we'll have to figure it.
Well, that's not.
We'll have to find out.
That's not Butch.
Yeah, we'll have to find out next week when the mask is taken off.
When the mask is taken off. So you've already... Okay. All right. But Will Sheridan sending William Black into the corner.
He's fighting a demon.
Very early in this match to be that aggressive. I thought it was going to go a little bit differently. These two men claiming to have respect for one another. The pacing, I thought, would be a little slower. Maybe a handshake in the beginning.
Listen, James, you're way too idealistic here. Once once you're in that ring, respect goes out the window. It's only winning or losing.
Well, I'll take notes on that. Will Sheridan has definitely been taking notes when it comes to William Black. Not a competitor you could take lightly. Will Sheridan, Jesus Christ.
Have we seen that move from Will before?
We have once or twice. He learned that in Mexico when he went with his friend Greteri from the CWL, integrating some of that luchador style, some of that high-flying style into his repertoire. But you don't see it often. He likes to stay grounded.
What?
For that reason exactly. It doesn't always work.
They both tried to do what was it, a spring?
They both try to do springboard maneuvers.
Yeah.
And the thing about those springboard maneuvers is you have to know exactly where your opponent
drop kick.
Big drop kick, big sore throat here for me. A big dragon screw as well. A kick counter there from William Black. Managing to get back on his feet.
You want to know my biggest question for this match?
What is your biggest question?
Who has the better beard?
That's probably the most captivating question I think you've ever asked. I think William Black's is a bit longer,
but it's well groomed.
It does. It does seem very well groomed. A 2 count here, but Will Sheridan, I think he takes pride in his beard. He uses all the nice beard oils that smell like cinnamon and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, but I think, isn't Sheridan a little bit ginger? At least from the light here, he looks a little bit ginger. I'm going to have to deduct points from that.
He's definitely got some red hairs in his beard. The 2 count.
Speaking of hairs, I felt the hairs in the back of my neck stand up then with that pin.
Definitely very, very close, and I think we're going to be seeing many more of those near falls in this matchup. Neither one of these competitors is going to go down easy, but William Black making it look easy, just taking it to Will Sheridan with that combination of punches, forearms, and some more punches there at the end.
I think there's a technique there. From what I could see, William Black was just, going nuts on Will.
Definitely just bludgeoning away on Will Sheridan. Will Sheridan showing his quickness there, getting out of the corner, but William Black showing his quickness as well for a big man. William Black is very, very fast. Going here for a king killer. He nails it. Very close to the rope. Leonard Seymour doesn't.
What? Seymour's very inconsistent here.
I think Leonard Seymour fixed his Leonard Seymour problem.
Nice, he's last now.
You're not wrong.
Ooh.
Hammering away at the chest of Will Sheridan on the apron. William Black has everything in his full control right now. Just,
do you think the swelling will make Will Sheridan look like a woman?
I don't know, but wait, like a woman?
Yes, like a woman. As in, due to the amount of... it's a real thing. Being hit on the chest can actually make you produce the chemicals for breasts. It's a problem in Russian soldiers. And Ukrainian, too.
Well, we learn more and more from you, Jack Colby, every day. A big neck breaker there by Will Sheridan. You can't really learn to dodge that one when Will Sheridan wants to employ it. And he's just on fire right now. Ooh. Pinfall. 2. And we saw that William Black's foot was firmly under that rope. So it looks like Leonard Seymour is finally abiding by the rules of no rope breaks until there's a firm grasp. Another king killer here. Flips him over.
He's gone.
1, 2. And a kick out by Will Sheridan.
How is he? What? Maybe William Black isn't as strong as I thought he'd be.
Maybe, you know, all those muscles might be full of hot air. We're not sure.
You
But
think he might be using oils, like injecting oils into himself?
Is that what they do in Russia and Ukraine as well?
Yep, they do that in Russia.
Well, no animal crackers for them. Will Sheridan, I was going to say Will Sheridan is in a bad state right now, but able to counter out.
German suplex state. What's...
He's looking for the buffer overflow, and he hits it.
Do
Should have went for the pin there.
you think, you know, with Will past of bad arms, do you think his arm ever hurts, like during wrestling?
I think it's one of those things that the adrenaline starts going, and you forget about all the pain.
Oh, second tap out of the night.
And your winner of this contest,
Will Sheridan.
via
That's a Will.
submission, Iron Will Sheridan.
All the naysayers in the back rooms now will be screaming that Will is fixing stuff. But from what I saw tonight,
Wait a minute, that's the handshake that I was alluding to earlier.
I mean, he just got his ass kicked. Of course he's going to shake his hand.
A saving face, I guess you should say. And speaking of saving things, save the date, because next week is going to be our finals of the Covenant Pro Wrestling Tournament of Champions, and Will Sheridan, as we see there, is moving on. But now we are moving on to our next matchup. The Dour Stranger Danger, is taking on Jacob Starry, who calls himself the sex appeal of the Southwest. But this time, it's going to be in an Iron Man match. Last week when they competed, it was kind of a battle of attrition, and Jacob Starry says the security isn't all that secure. So right now, we're going to do a do-over and make things a little more interesting.
The following contest is a 15-minute Iron Man match. Introducing first, making their way to the ring from a secure location, they are definitely not Dour Ranger, the Dour Stranger.
Huh? Who is this guy anyway?
Well, he's definitely not Dour Ranger.
That sounds like something Dour Ranger would say.
Sounds like something your mom would say.
Easter hat? Never mind.
I'm gonna kill you.
You're already dying.
That is true. Don't go to work if you're sick, kids.
Do go to work if you're sick, especially if your name is James.
Because it's funny.
No, because I get to watch you suffer.
In suffering right now I am. And the suffering continues. Because Jacob Starry is here.
For their opponent,
Oh, why is he
making their
here?
way to the ring from the southwest of England, the sex appeal of the Southwest, Jacob Starry.
I mean, I've been told to be more positive about Starry, but I just can't.
You know, this is one of those things we definitely agree about. I just can't stand this guy, alright? I don't care if I get animal crackers. I don't care if I get a paycheck. I just want to slap him in the mouth.
Why didn't you do it when his face was so close to the table a couple of weeks ago?
I didn't think about it, okay?
You disgust me.
I disgust myself.
So, do you think Karma will be coming in to disturb the match?
I don't know if anyone's going to be disturbing this match because Will Sheridan has said if anyone does, they will be suspended indefinitely.
He got tired of all the interruptions.
Now this is pinfall, submission, count out. however you can win in the next 15 minutes, that's what you want to do as many times as you can.
I wonder if Dower Stranger is actually an experienced wrestler.
He looks pretty experienced to me with that arm drag. Has Jacob Starry on the back foot here, but Jacob Starry, the big galoot, quicker than you would expect.
Wasn't Jerry taking lessons a couple of weeks ago?
Maybe he's somewhere in Mexico competing as Lucha Jerry. We're not sure, but right now Dower Ranger and Jacob Starry in the ring.
I wonder what hair products Starry uses.
I think that's just his natural grace.
I mean, yeah, but he obviously has naturally black hair.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
One thing I will say about Starry is the hours at the gym pay off, but it's just unfortunate that it's paying off on him.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate that it pays off on him because now we have to hear about it.
I mean, he's got a good body, but a horrible face.
He's got a horrible everything. A big corkscrew arm drag there. I don't know exactly what you would call that, but it was quite impressive.
Call it painful.
Jacob Starry revving those engines up.
Oh, come on, Dowie, you could have easily got out of that. So, are we allowed to call Dower Stranger's finisher the Stranger Danger, or has the back said no?
I think we're allowed to call it Stranger Danger. I mean, it's a different context. Context is everything.
I mean, yeah.
Dragons through.
The context for Starry being here is always bad.
Well, that's a given. Jacob Starry, unfortunately, very strong, fighting his way out of that armbar there. And I saw a flash of red, so I believe that Dower Stranger may be bleeding, but I didn't know if that was one of his capabilities.
I mean, if he's a robot, which some people have proffered the theory, I believe that it could be engine oil.
Engine oil and possibly just a red alert going on right now. Some, significant damage to the exterior chassis of whatever suit he is wearing.
I'd be significantly damaged if I had to look that close at Starry's face.
I mean, that's why all the mirrors in his house break. So it makes sense. Dower Stranger taking his liberties with the outside area right now. But just as I say that, getting back into the ring.
Oh, that was a big move, that.
A big splash there. He tried for a moonsault. Didn't work out. Jacob Starry, yet again, just too quick.
I wonder if Starry has ever considered using substances to improve his performance within the ring. I wouldn't put it past him.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them either, but, we have to be honest. Jacob Starry is a man of no substance, so I doubt he would use them.
I mean, wouldn't that make it more, whatever. I'm having to do
Jacob Starry.
I'm sorry, I can't think straight with how powerful that goddamn perfume is.
I think, honestly, what we're smelling is just straight bleach. And that explains Jacob Starry's hairstyle as well.
Unfortunately.
There it is, guys. The Stranger Danger.
Go on, Stranger Danger. Don't make fun of my singing or I'll skin you.
I mean, I can barely talk right now, so sing away.
I was talking to the audience, not you, James.
Well, I'm kind of hurt.
Good.
Big springboard moonsault there. Pinfall. A very, very long 2 count there.
As Seymour, he's too good. Like, Seymour is being too good tonight. And that's the where he has to start slipping up.
Jacob Starry maybe going for an Alabama slam here, and he is. What would you call an Alabama slam if you're from England?
I have no idea. I don't know.
2.
A Midland.
2 count there.
A Midland slam? I don't know. A chip shop? Oh yeah, it's not over yet, is it?
It is not over. That is the first fall. Very unpredictable.
I mean, a lot of what happened in the CPW is very unpredictable.
Sunset flip bomb. Dower Stranger. A 2 count. Dower Stranger, now he's got the armbar on. Can he make Jacob Starry tap out? Hopefully he makes him submit and just has him go home.
Wishful thinking. Very.
Another Alabama slam there. No, but a roll through. Dower Stranger, pinfall, 2.
Ooh. No.
And yet again, a very, very long 2.
I mean,
The Stranger Danger. Now it's all tied up.
maybe he's compensating for something, James.
Which one are you referring to?
Seymour with his long counts.
Oh yeah, now like because he can see, he's just gonna be a little bit slower.
Yep. Maybe that was the deal he struck with the devil.
You know, I think being a fully functioning adult with no difficulties at all is kind of ableist. So, wait a minute here. 2 tickets to your clown fall, and one of you didn't want to go. And only a 2 count.
It's 1-1, correct? Like both with 1 point.
Yeah.
I thought that was about to change then.
Definitely thought that was about to change, and you know, I'm expecting a few more falls in this matchup with big high impact maneuvers like that. Went for tickets to your clown fall yet again. What, man,
The thing is though, you're gonna have these big high impact moves, but as the match goes on, you're gonna get slower, you're gonna get more tired, and you're gonna be able to pull them off less often.
that is very true, but Dower Stranger looking for something big there.
I think you might need your Dower cough drops.
I need several of those Dower cough drops.
Cough drops. Let's go, Dower.
Thank God for robots, right?
Yeah. Also, I'd like to make an appeal to the audience to all donate at least $1 to be able to bury James here.
Yeah, you know, with Jacob Starry's giving out tickets to your clown fall, I'm giving out tickets to my funeral.
I'm eagerly awaiting the event.
Jacob Starry catching up with the Dower Stranger. It is now 2-2.
I mean, I would have thought that he would have. Sorry, I would have thought that Dower would have wanted to keep it to 0-1-0-1.
It wasn't funny. I just couldn't breathe.
Fuck you. Yes, I'm allowed to say it to my commentator. Yes, I'm going to lose some animal crackers for it.
Absolutely stranger danger yet again. At the cover.
3. Is there a limit to the amount of pins they can do?
The limit is the timer up top.
You could literally just said. You could have literally just said no. There's no limit. That like.
Well, technically there is a limit. We can't be here all day.
I mean, yeah, but like it was obvious. I'm not going to argue with.
We've seen him put him away with this one before, and another one. All tied up.
Honestly, it's too close for comfort right now. Like, too close for comfort, and I'm getting uncomfortable.
Well, you know, I hate to say it, but I think Jacob Starry has this distinct advantage here.
And why would that be?
I mean, look at him. He's an imposing figure, and when you see his face, you just kind of want to run away.
He's definitely not imposing. He's one of the only superstars I'd actually punch and not be afraid.
Commentary this week, am I right?
I mean, we're commentating, are we? Wait, is the mic on?
Wait, you're getting paid?
Wrong episode.
Dude. Jacob Starry, unfortunately, in the lead now.
That was the wrong episode there, James.
Look, I'm so sick. I'm in a time portal. So, there we go.
Please don't stop singing Rocky Horror Show songs.
Dower Stranger with the stranger danger yet again.
I think, honestly, that our stranger has a bigger chance right now than Starry. Just due to this.
Chalk that up to.
I mean, more the fact that he's just look at him. He doesn't slow. He doesn't tire. He's almost like a robot or a machine, but we know that technology isn't that advanced.
Technology is not advanced to that level yet, but we have seen some portals show up throughout the history of professional wrestling. So maybe he's from a different universe.
Could be from Entertainers Realm.
Definitely right there by the water cooler, so to speak, in the backstage area. You can find a little portal to the entertainer's house.
No one's come out of it yet.
Right now, it's inside the ring. It's 5-5, all tied up. We're coming down to the last minute. We're in the last minute, and you can see both of these competitors are desperate right now to make sure that they come away with the win.
The desperation, is it?
I mean, you look at a maneuver like that Dower Stranger would normally hit. Didn't quite have any of that. It does seem like desperation to me.
I mean, I'd more consider it just sadness.
Wait, we got 23 seconds left, and Dower Stranger's in the lead. Corkscrew crossbody there. Stranger danger yet again.
How many strange dangers are they putting out?
And your
Well,
winner of this
that many because this one
the
is over.
Supreme Security expert, Dower Stranger.
Dower Stranger proving that last week was a fluke, proving that he is a security expert, proving that he can keep his friends Lord Chancho and Ebac safe.
Proving his music is a bop.
His music is a bop. And you know, that shirt is really growing on me. I know it's just a regular security shirt, but he makes me want to go out and buy one.
No.
I hate you.
I know, that's why they put us together.
So last week, while I was up top in that scaffolding there, someone approached me and told me that DK was injured from my attack on him a couple weeks back. And let's just say that pissed me off so much that I damn near threw that man off the scaffolding myself. But then it hit me. The only person I could really blame for the situation was myself. For not realizing how weak DK really was when I attacked him. I mean, maybe it was that stunner he gave me in that tag match that gave me that concussion that made me think that, but then I had to remember, before I was even tangled with DK, Don Atlas had actually attacked me using that headbutt with the mask on, mind you, to win our match beforehand. And then he assaulted me with a chair, and we all know how that ended things. And then DK stepping up wanting to be a man and said, "Ooh, you're a bully. You shouldn't have done that to him." Bitch, please, you're just mad that I had the strength to do what you couldn't. So now, DK, I want you, whether you're at home or the hospital, I want you to turn on the TV and watch this week as I team with the chump that tried to pay me $500,000 to take out Morgan Sharp, which I declined. I'd still beat his ass anyway, but I wasn't doing it for the money. Everything I do in CPW is to send a message. I thought the best way to send that message was to win the world title, but I'm not even in the tournament. So I guess the consolation prize is just to beat up as many people as possible until that message is stamped through everyone at CPW's head. And a message that you, DK, will learn this week as I take on Morgan Sharp and his mystery partner, whoever the hell it is. The message is, never cross the demon. And DK, when you're checked out, when you're 100% ready to go, best believe we back at it. 'Cause you and I, we ain't finished. You wanted to be a man, so I'm gonna make a man out of you. And I'm gonna beat your ass like a man too.
Well, putting these two together, Emma Barkley, the California sweetheart, is taking on the time bender Callie Kaplan. Who do you got in this one?
I mean, one is apparently a sweetheart and the other can bend time. Who do you think's gonna win?
You have a point, but I'm going to put my money on Emma Barkley. You know, she is undefeated here in Covenant Pro Wrestling so far. Her last two occasions being out, she's done incredibly. So I'm going to put my money on the new girl. And right now, we see the bracket for the women's division.
And we are just 3 matches away from figuring out who's going to become the first ever CPW Women's Champion. There is a lot at stake, and all of these women want the opportunity to claim that belt. So here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making their way to the ring from Norwich, England, she is the time bender, Callie Kaplan.
All the way from Norwich, England, Callie Kaplan, here to show everyone why she deserves to be the next Covenant Pro Wrestling Women's Champion. She's got a couple more people to go through, and it seems to be that my broadcast colleague Jack Colby thinks it's going to be a piece of cake for her.
Piece of piss. What, have you never heard that before?
I guess I'm too American here in Covenant, Pro Wrestling, located in Phoenix, Arizona. We don't say things like that around here, but I might have to start.
Yeah, you got a piece of piss. Easy as shit. Like, weirdos.
Definitely weird over where you're from.
I was talking about you guys.
Again, I hate you.
I know, I make it my
From
mission to
Huntington
make.
Beach, California, this is California sweetheart, Emma Barkley.
Emma Barkley, the California sweetheart, making her way to the ring with her indestructible hat. I love the fact that she just wrestles in it. It doesn't come off. She is that sure-footed, that put together, that no one can knock it off.
You know, I think she's just put super glue on it and actually can't take the hat off.
That has been debunked. We've seen several documented tweets from Emma Barkley proving that her hat is not glued on. She just hasn't been challenged enough for it to fall off yet.
I mean, can we date the images? They could have been before she put the hat on.
You're always a cynic, but something that I'm not a cynic for is professional wrestling. I like to take it at its face value as something that is one of the greatest things in the world. And right now, we're going to see some of the some of the best competitors in the world because they're here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. And these two are going to put on a hell of a show.
I mean, no matter who we put together in this show, we're going to have hell of a show because it's Covenant Pro Wrestling. I don't know why you feel the need to always say that, since like we have such a good roster.
That's why I always say it, because it's always true. If something's always true, do you just stay quiet about it?
The fact that we use oxygen to breathe is always true, but you never hear anyone going on about it, do you?
Again, I hate you.
I know, and I feed on your pain.
Emma Barkley taking a big power bomb and a knee strike there. Dangerous combination. Kaplan has shown time and time again that she is a dangerous competitor, but Emma Barkley somehow holding her own just for now against the time bender.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before she bends. Come on, that was a funny
I see what
joke.
you did there, and I like it. That's one of the best things you've ever said on commentary.
I mean,
Big elevated Boston Crab, Lion's Tamer.
honestly, I think that this match, that I haven't seen that much aggression. Like, I've seen aggression, but not, like, it doesn't feel personal.
Well, we know it's personal for Kaplan. Kaplan has said from day one in Covenant Pro Wrestling that the only thing that she wants is that championship, and she'll go through anyone to get it.
What I meant was, like, she doesn't see her as a person, she just sees her as an obstacle. She doesn't actually feel anything about her opponent.
Okay, so you're saying it's not personal because of the depersonalization that Kaplan is doing to just kind of turn her opponents into obstacles.
I mean, it's what hitmen do. When they're about to take out a target, they won't see a person, they'll see a target, if you get what I'm saying, like just a piece of paper. And I think that's something some of the more empathetic people in our roster have to do. They have to not see the people that they're hurting as people. I mean, that's because they're weak.
I guess that makes sense.
It's because they're weak-willed, but it's what they do.
You know, I think that can apply to the people that bite hands and things like that and come into pro wrestling, but right now, we've got bigger things to worry about with that modified Kaplan mutilation locked in on Emma Barkley, flailing.
Honestly, if you're referencing Chancho, I just think he wants to eat his opponents.
Well, we have people biting fingers. You know, Damon Ryder does it. Chancho does it. There are a few others, and you know, the fighting on the outside of the arena also can be applied to that as well. I guess when you're in Covenant Pro Wrestling, the bell rings. and your opponent's no longer a person, it's an obstacle. And right now, both of these competitors are trying to put, those obstacles to the side.
It's also the same mentality I use with you, James. You're not a person, you're just an obstacle.
Well, you're not a person, you're more like a demon, but that's not something I'm going to get into today. Going for that spinning TKO, but Kaplan able to give her the elbows and counter out of it. Neck breaker. Awesome athleticism. A 2 count there.
Has the neck breaker ever actually broken a neck?
You want to test it out?
I mean, I'll test it on you.
It's not what I'm asking.
I know what you're asking, and I'm going to do a neck breaker on you if you keep referencing that.
I hate you.
Yes, lean into the hate, fall to the dark side, do it. Anyway, what do you think of this match so far, apart from hating me?
Wait. Leonard has started again.
I think he was just on best behaviour because his boss was in the ring before.
I think this match it's pretty back and forth. I'm excited to see either of these competitors become the champion. I know they've got another step above this one to get to that point. But I don't think anyone that's in this tournament and this women's bracket so far would be a bad choice for champion.
I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Give me your insight. Tell me a little bit about that.
You say everyone is worthy of being champion. No. People like Ashley Walsh, who haven't even won a match, aren't worthy of being champion. You need to be winning matches consistently to be a champion.
Well, there's a reason Ashley Walsh wasn't in the tournament bracket.
And yet...
we saw one of these earlier.
Ooh.
A big knee strike on the outside. And I swear, it's a recurring theme. I think the men and women of Covenant Pro Wrestling, they do watch each other's matches.
And they do choke while commentating.
Yes, they do.
Some people backstage have told me to be nicer to you, and to them, I say no.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. And if you guys want to be nice to me, if you're on Covenant Pro Wrestling's YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, because I stayed up until 6 in the morning preparing for this broadcast while I'm sick.
You're shilling. Shilling.
It'll work though.
Will it?
Kaplan finally getting back into the ring. I need to focus on the action rather than my I don't know. I don't want to say esteemed.
Ew.
And only a 2 count there. I was going to say esteemed broadcast colleague, but I didn't think it was the right word.
I mean, I'm better than you. Anyway, it looks like... They're wearing very similar colours, so it's kind of confusing.
What the hell? I thought she was going to go for something completely different. They're able to get a leg drop from the top rope on a standing opponent. That is not something you see every day. But wait a minute. Modified Kaplan mutilation yet again locked in. And there is going to be no way for her to tap out this time.
You mean... What do you mean by saying there's no way for her to tap out?
Via submission!
I mean, she already had it locked in once. She had a long match. Kaplan has a death grip when she locks in those holds.
No.
So there's just no way she would have been able to get out of that second time.
You said there was no way
And if she did, it would have been a miracle.
You said there was no way she'd tap out.
Did I say there was no way she was
Yep.
going to tap out of that?
Yep.
Well, call me delusional, folks, because I am.
Yep. Say that several more times, please.
And now we see the updated bracket for the Women's World Championship Tournament. Callie Kaplan advancing. And later on tonight, we'll see Lauren Osborne and Florent figure out, so to speak, who's going to be in that next round with Callie Kaplan. But right now, Damon Ryder is going to be taking on Connor Gates. Damon Ryder had the bye week, so to speak. Well, not really, because he wrestled, but he was already in the second round of the tournament. Is it advisable for him to have wrestled last week?
I mean, we have wrestlers have, matches one after another. We have wrestlers be attacked. I don't think we can really pretend to be concerned about the well-being of the wrestlers anymore.
All right, cat's out of the bag. We don't care.
I don't care.
at
You
all.
do. I
The
don't.
following matchup is scheduled for one fall with a time limit of 20 minutes. Making their way to the ring first,
From your mama's house, weighing in at 188 pounds, he is Damon Ryder.
Well, the more I hear about Damon Ryder, the less I like him. I thought when he came in, he was an entertaining person that had a lot of energy and someone to look forward to and look up to. But now I hear that Damon Ryder is just a trickster that'll break into your house, steal all of your socks, and super glue your toilet seat shut just to laugh at you. That's not someone I can get behind.
That's weirdly specific.
I'll let you know what he did to my house later.
Oh, that was me.
I hate you.
Anyway, talking about Ryder, do you think he's ever rode a motorbike?
He is a rider after
and
all.
now
That was the joke.
making their way to the ring from the West Midlands of England, weighing in at 210 pounds, they are the Truthless Hero, Connor Gates.
But if you're Connor Gates, the currently undefeated 3-0 Connor Gates, are you the one riding to victory?
I don't know. I mean, Connor Gates, he's looking very, very, very strong. Did I say very enough?
Connor, you said very plenty.
Okay.
Coming into a tournament undefeated against someone that was previously undefeated and unfortunately lost last week, it's got to feel good.
I mean, do we know why they put the two undefeated people against each other?
Well, Damon Ryder, no longer after his loss last week to Daniel Hoare, is undefeated. So it's got to feel good if you're Connor Gates and if you're still in that 3-0 position, looking to make it 4-0.
Backstage is pissed because they made this this match to be hyped up as the undefeated match, and then he lost.
That is very true. I think that's one of the problems when we really abide by the ranking system so strictly, that we get excited when people get those undefeated statuses, or they go on a streak of however many matches, and sometimes you can lose those streaks on the drop of a dime when you least expect it.
Yes, I'm pissed that he lost. No, I will not explain why. I totally didn't bet against him.
Well, leave your gambling at home, because right now there is no gambling when it comes.
No. I bet Ted animal crackers on that fucker.
We don't need you going hungry, and both of these hungry competitors are laying it out in the ring right now. Damon Ryder with a big moonsault and now a head scissors. But Connor Gates, the veteran, able to counter out and get the momentum back in his favor. And we see he's another of those competitors that likes to work on the hands.
I mean, the whole, as long as they can hail a taxi, is all well and good. But how do people without hands hail a taxi?
I think they just scream.
Good to know. But speaking of screaming, if I was
Look at Damon Ryder's head just shaking around with the force that Connor Gates was applying to it.
I want to ask.
Never seen that
I want to
before.
ask Damon Ryder how he doesn't lose his face paint.
That would be a very good question to ask. I know there are quite a few competitors in Covenant Pro Wrestling that lose their face paint quite a bit. Connor Gates with that big knee.
Who in Covenant Pro Wrestling has the most durable makeup?
I think it's Damon Ryder following up that bloody rain with the call to the
I
void.
wasn't afraid.
And no, I guess it wasn't.
Yeah, no, that was a slow count. Ooh, big stomp and a big miss.
That stunner there by Damon Ryder, looking to secure this victory here. Very aggressive Irish whip into the corner, but
I think Damon Ryder deserves deserves such high praise, if you get what I'm saying.
well, I guess we'll find out here tonight. Can he take out Connor Gates? Can he
He closed the gate.
exactly, can he close the gates? Nice Hurricane Rana there off the top rope.
Why didn't you laugh? I'm offended.
Guillotine choke. Serious business is going down in the ring right now. But Connor Gates doesn't look like he's going to tap out at all.
Oh, what? What was that?
A handspring kick there by Connor Gates, looking to close the gate
You know,
on Damon Ryder himself.
I wonder if our competitors would ever accept a match where they can't throw kicks.
I wonder if any of them would be able to, restrain themselves. I'm sure some would agree to it.
I mean, if kicks and knees are restricted from a match, I think half the roster loses.
You definitely wouldn't see competitors like Hisano or Cammy B or any of these others that use their knees very proficiently. Chris Edwards, Connor Gates, all of them.
Mac Daddy Furness would be there, though.
Well, he'd be too busy complaining about Morgan Sharp, so.
True.
Moonsault from the top rope, pinfall.
No, I thought that was an Irish whip then, but no, it was just Damon Ryder getting his ass kicked.
We see Connor Gates hit that twisted view, and now a call to the void. And Leonard Seymour, you were doing so good early in the show. Now, in the next match, we don't want to see any of this rope break business. We're over it.
Seymour, I know where your kids live.
Lenny Jr. and what's his daughter's name?
I don't know, but he won't just have one daughter after this. Or he will.
A cattle mutilation there. I haven't seen this from... Wait a minute.
Did he tap?
And your winner
How
of
did
this
he-
contest
Huh?
via submission, the truthless hero.
He tapped out.
Well, Luther.
I guess that answers the question. But wait, is this a sign of respect or?
Kicking.
I think that's sort of like what you said earlier. Definitely going to give someone the handshake when they beat your ass and embarrassed you. And right now we see the updated tournament bracket. Connor Gates next week taking on Will Sheridan in the finals. And right now we're going to find out who is going to be in the finals of the women's tournament. And just so you have a visual of that, we'll show it to you right now.
Right now.
Or sometime in the near future.
Is this the main event?
It is not the main event. We have, let's see, we have, I think, one more match after this one. And there we go. The monkeys in the production truck finally are showing us what we need to see.
Ladies and
That's
gentlemen,
not very
the
nice to call
following
them.
contest is scheduled for one fall with a time limit of 20
I hate you.
minutes.
I know.
Introducing first, making her way to the ring from the Welsh Valleys, she is Florent Osborne.
I like how when I am very sick and I can barely say anything, the words that I can get out without a shadow of a doubt are, I hate you.
I mean, at least you're finally professing your feelings.
At least, hopefully soon I'll have a new broadcast partner.
Oh, I've killed them all. Why are you laughing?
Florent Osborne can never really, foresee that bottom rope that she always trips on.
I don't think it's her tripping. I think it's all an act. I've said this before.
And her opponent, hailing from Bordeaux, France, she is the Beast of Bordeaux, Belle Florent.
Well, whether or not, Lauren Osborne is all an act that she is going to have a hard time keeping up with is Belle Florent, the Beast of Bordeaux. From day one, had her eyes set on the Covenant Pro Wrestling Championship for the women's division. And you got to think, with her being 3-0, we just saw this in the previous matchup. Can she make it 4-0 and go in Connor Gates style to Phoenix Rising?
I mean, I have no idea, to be honest. I was just listening to the music. I zoned out.
It's a very entrancing song.
Do you think they ever want to inflict real damage on each other during these tournaments, just so that if their opponent does win the match, they can't go any further?
I think that is always a possibility. Even someone like Lauren Osborne, who is known to be one of the friendly faces in Covenant Pro Wrestling, always smiling, always laughing, and helping out within the community. I think even she has a little bit of a dark side.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a dark side. I'd call it a smart side.
A dark side, smart side, same difference. Those gray areas where you take the chances and the little advantages to make your way through the company, forge your history and forge your path. That's kind of what you have to do. A Dragon Sleeper combo here by
You
Lauren
don't get to the
Osborne.
top without breaking a few heads.
Irish whip, Belle Florent in the corner. I think she felt the sensation of that giant Irish whip there from the Irish born Lauren Osborne. Or actually, she's from Wales. Her friend Ashley Walsh is the Irish lass.
Yeah.
So
Why are you being racist to my people?
that's a very very good question. I'll have to go to sensitivity training or something of the sort.
Kick your ass after the show.
Well, speaking of kicking ass, Lauren Osborne at the moment is getting her ass kicked. That, huge knee. Took her out for quite a moment, and he took me out. I couldn't even catch my breath for a moment. But now Lauren Osborne showing us why she's made it so far in Covenant Pro Wrestling at such an early stage and in this tournament. Wow, that was like magic there.
I mean, saying that she'd made it far, and I mean, no disrespect to the woman, no disrespect at all. Saying that she's made it far, or anyone's made it far in Covenant Pro Wrestling so far, is too early.
That is a great point. We're still, if we want to put things in perspective, the Phoenix is still a fledgling bird, and no one has made it. Yeah, maybe we haven't even cracked the egg on this.
Honestly, the only time I would say that how far they've gone is a valid comment is after a season.
That is true. Showcasing the athleticism there. Lauren Osborne going for a pinfall here. Belle Florent, stars in her eyes. Very, very close count there. Lauren Osborne, I don't know what she's doing here. It seems like a waste of motion.
No, she's moonwalking. She's flexing on her opponent. Do you not know about psychological warfare?
Psychological warfare, maybe, but right now, that butcher snare is going to do some psychological warfare to Lauren Osborne.
Is there a reason it's called the butcher's snare?
You know, I've tried to get a hold of Belle Florent to figure out, you know, what her move names mean.
She's too French to answer you.
Well, that might be a factor as well, but she just wrestles and then she leaves. There's no staying in the backstage area. There's no further communication. She wrestles, she picks up her paycheck, and she goes home.
That's a wise decision, to be honest, considering that when you stay after hours, you get beaten the shit out of, as we've seen in the last few weeks.
I mean, thankfully, you know, thankfully we haven't had that happen tonight, but looking back, that is very true. Always with the great and valid points there. But looking back at when Dragon Kid got assaulted at the water vending machine, I haven't been able to get a drink in weeks.
Yeah, but that's more because you've got a bad throw, isn't it? Like, it's not really you being... It's more you being a pussy.
I hate you.
I know. I really enjoy the fact that you do. I didn't expect a kick out there.
Neither did I. You know, I think we're coming on the end of this matchup here. The gas has left the tank, and the next person to hit one of these major maneuvers has got to be the winner here. And Belle Florent, I think she was listening to me there and went for something big.
I mean,
But look,
the thing with wrestling is the longer it goes on, the more you have to pull out of your bag.
well, speaking of pulling things out of bags, you don't happen to have a cough drop in your bag that you can loan me?
I can't loan it to you.
I hate you.
Good.
Went for a pinfall there, Lauren Osborne did, but only got a 1 count.
You know, I always feel embarrassed for people who only get 1 count.
Uh-oh, target marked. I also get embarrassed, but for people that only get 1 counts. A 2 count there. But, I'm also embarrassed for Leonard Seymour when people get 1 counts as well, because he can't show people he can count higher than 1.
And he can't count higher than 20. That's why we've had to put the restriction at 20 count for the outside.
Definitely this butcher snare yet again, and this just looks horrible. And Lauren Osborne taps out and just is tombstoned for good measure. 4-0. Belle Florent making her way to Phoenix Rising.
Is that not a disqualification for continuing after the bell?
I mean, I guess Leonard Seymour didn't see it.
That's because Leonard Seymour is blind.
Yes, this is an equal opportunity workplace.
Yeah, but when...
That's why they hired you.
I could say many things, James. I could see many things. Unfortunately, the audience is listening.
Unfortunately, people who are going to be finding us online are going to hear my voice in this capacity and think that's what I sound like.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk like that for the rest of your career.
Sorry guys, I had to mute myself for a moment because I was dying. Mac Daddy Furnace and Johnny D taking on Morgan Sharp and a mystery opponent. Of course, Dragon Kid has been taken out by Johnny D in the last few weeks at the behest of Mac Daddy Furnace. Well, really himself too. But this team of Mac Daddy Furnace.
I'm not sure if I like him.
He says he's 245 euros, 245.
It's okay,
pounds,
joke.
$245 as well. Does he just, use that as a way to say he lost weight? Because all of those things have different exchanges.
Honestly, it'd say he gained weight because the pound is the most powerful currency there.
Good point. And now we see Johnny D making his way to the ring.
I still want to know his last name. I've been trying to look into it, but no one will answer me.
Well, Jack, this is an example of why they keep me around, because now I can tell you, because I found out a few weeks ago that I accidentally said Johnny D's last name on the air, and I got fined for it. Johnny D's last name, and I don't care if I lose how many animal crackers for this, is Davenport. The demon with the most from the Davenport coast, Johnny Davenport, Johnny D, making his way to the ring as part of this team with Mac Daddy Furnace. That's all about the money, all about the Benjamins. And
Johnny D's nuts. Speaking of Johnny D, why is he even teaming up with Mac again?
Well, Mac Daddy Furnace wanted... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's Dragon Kid. We were told that Dragon Kid was in the hospital, but no, not only is that not true, he is here and walking into a war zone. Mystery no longer. He's going head to head right now with more, I can't even talk. I'm so flustered.
I hope he gets injured again.
Was he even injured?
I mean,
in the beginning.
If he wasn't injured, then he's a goddamn coward.
I can't believe the mystery opponent is walking out first. This is definitely Dragon Kid style.
I thought Dragon Kid style was being short.
His other style.
I mean, I thought it was at least his first 40.
I hate you.
I know. I continue to proceed. I continue to persist anyways. Notice how I'm the less positive one. Yeah, I've never said I hate him.
You know what? You're fired. You're fired. I'm gonna find out who can fire you, and I'm gonna make that happen.
Oh, no.
I swear to God. I'm so over it, Jack Colby. I've been sick for the last week, and you've done nothing but make fun of me. And now you're laughing in the background while I'm just losing it because I literally can't breathe, and you're suffocating me even more. I'm gonna employ Johnny D to attack you.
I mean, I wasn't even hired. I'm just some guy. I was picked up off the street for the episode where I was in.
Well, Morgan Sharp making his way into the ring, just like my broadcast colleague Jack Colby made his way off of the street. But unlike Jack Colby, Morgan Sharp has a vision in his mind, a picture of what he wants to happen here tonight. And he is going to do everything in his power to take it to Mac Daddy Furnace and Johnny D, because he's had difficulties with both of them in the past. This team of Morgan Sharp and Dragon Kid, it's a match made in heaven.
Will the sharpshooter hit his shot or miss terribly?
That is very, very accurate to say. Hopefully, yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Quit stealing my lines.
No, until you stop stealing my oxygen.
You're stealing my oxygen. That's why I can't breathe.
You know, I think, honestly, these tag matches, they're less a competition of strength and more a competition of communication.
And that's why we struggle, because we can't communicate.
Talk about tag matches, not commentary, you absolute dimwit.
I hate you.
I know, and it feeds me.
Dragon Kid working away on the leg and knee area of Mac Daddy Furnace, kind of folding him up in the beginnings of this match. And luckily for Mac Daddy Furnace, he was able to get out of that and get some breathing room, much like I need right now, getting that tag to Johnny D.
Able. Big slam there. Aggressive slam too, demonstrating the physicality of Johnny D.
He's definitely a physical.
Look how short he looks. He's like an ant.
You never really realize it until you see it, against a backdrop of Johnny
His poor
D.
wife.
That is a little uncalled for here. This is a family show, so shut the fuck up.
Poor Shorty. Anyway, Johnny D just showing that he's more average height than his opponent.
Yeah, what's Dragon Kid, like 3'11"?
Inches, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, he's 3 inches tall. Why are you laughing? I'm not joking.
3 inches tall, taking Johnny D down to about half an inch, laying down on his back. This has been a wonderful day for commentary. Wouldn't you say, Jack?
I think we're both losing our minds. The last 3 episodes has just been commentary slowly losing its sanity. And you know what?
I think that has a lot to do with me being sick.
No,
but I feel
no,
like...
no. It has a lot to do with you hating me.
Have I mentioned that I hate you?
No, you haven't.
You know, I think Johnny D is taking this Dragon Kid thing a little too personally.
They've got matching shorts.
We've heard they do have matching shorts. They should be the tag team.
No,
But they're not.
they think each other are stealing each other's style. It's just one's tall and one we can barely see in the ring without a microscope.
If they stand next to each other, they look like the number 10.
No, it's literally the 5'11" versus 6 foot meme.
Dragon Kid allowing Johnny D to get a tag there.
I mean,
If I were in the ring, I'd be stomping away at him to make sure he wouldn't be able to get to the tag. But
to be fair, Dragon Kid, his life is the documentary Walking with Giants.
I've never seen that documentary.
It was the sequel to Walking with Dinosaurs, but it was like with saber-toothed tigers and stuff.
That's quite amazing. I'll have to check it out online or
On the BBC iPlayer now. Please don't sue us.
Oh God. Hammerlock suplex there, a very good snapping motion by Mac Daddy Furnace, getting a tag to his enforcer, so to speak, Johnny D. You know, I heard just a moment ago that Johnny D was offered tons of money from Mac Daddy Furnace, but he decided that he wanted to whip both of their asses for free.
Johnny D is an absolute fucking idiot.
Sharpshooter here, Johnny D.
Break his legs. If you can find his legs, break his legs.
It's the 2 tree trunks there.
Yeah, it's the two Big Bends. Ooh, I think his head hit the ring then. I think I saw his head hit the ring.
That may have been the case. Johnny D shaking off some of those stars, I guess you would say, and trying to take it to Morgan Sharp. So Colby, if you were a betting man, who would you take in this match?
If I were a betting man, I'd take the one I can see without a microscope.
And if I were a betting man, I'd take the one that people can't see without a microscope, because he's able to sneak into positions and get things done without people even noticing.
Yeah, but also just the wrong step and he's squashed.
I've noticed this evening I haven't called any of the action really. I need to start doing that. Russian leg sweep, or I might lose my job. Big punches there, my Morgan Sharp.
I'm getting a phone call.
I think that was that dead eye, my Morgan Sharp, that rolling code breaker. Morgan Sharp able to hit that high noon, but now the action has slowed just for a moment. At least it has for me. All the cough drops that I'm eating today, they're kind of combining into a mixture of hallucinogenics. I would like to remind everyone watching at home or on YouTube, this isn't an accurate representation of what Covenant Pro Wrestling normally is. It's just semi-accurate. Johnny D trying to have his way with Dragon Kid. Dragon Kid able to roll through that side slam position. Code red there of...
Hello, I have returned. That was the boss ringing me, telling me to stop being mean.
Oh, I got you. To stop being mean to me.
No, just stop being mean to the competitors. He said be mean to you.
Oh, okay. You've got to have your focus device, and that's me. I was telling everyone who was watching that I apologize for not calling as much of the action here tonight. I guess I'm just tripping on all of the cough drops that I've been eating.
No, you've been taking some other substances. I've been watching you.
Well, if they're not testing me for it, I'm not admitting to anything.
Anyway. I've got Will to test you after the show.
Hopefully they'll fire me so I don't have to sit next to you.
You love me, really.
Springboard kick, stomping away at Johnny T. A lot of surface area. You can't really miss him.
You just have to stamp on the ring and you'll hit him.
How do we come back from the sounds of me dying on the air and maintain some fans or gain some new ones? I don't think it's gonna work.
I mean, we have you as a commentator. We were doomed from the start.
I guess you're right. I'm gonna go draft a new resume.
I mean, yeah, but your resume that you gave to us as a show it was done in crayon.
At least it was purple crayon.
It was done in crayon.
What isn't being done in crayon is that big stomp to the back, using these feet to apply pressure to a very delicate area. Someone like Morgan Sharp, who uses his back. Well, everyone uses their back, but Morgan Sharp uses his a lot for most of the maneuvers that he pulls off in the ring. Being able to throw around competitors the size of Johnny D isn't easy. So losing that back can change the whole game plan.
I mean, they haven't got Malachi on their side, so their back will be fine.
We saw that before, that big knee. I thought he was going to go for another one. We saw that in threes a few weeks ago. Went for an elbow drop.
Isn't that when
Johnny D.
Isn't that when Mac accused him of brass knees?
That is the moment, the brass knees moment. Or presumably brass knees, or alleged brass knees, I should say. Mac Daddy Furnace hitting.
If I were using like knee pads as a weapon, I wouldn't use brass because it's easily detected.
That would definitely be a smart point to look out for. I thought there was going to be a pinfall there, the end of that match from that box office breaker that Mac Daddy hit just a moment ago. But this match carries on.
Just like your illness.
It definitely does. I feel like I'm in a fugue state right now, guys.
Oh no, he died 2 weeks ago. We're keeping him on like a life support for the soul, and you're just hearing him slowly wither away.
What the hell? Dragon Kid, I may not be all there right now, you know, feeling sick and everything, but Dragon Kid being able to lift up Morgan Sharp, going for that high noon. Morgan Sharp is yet again a pinfall.
Dragon Kid 2.
Did you expect Dragon Kid to be able to pick up Morgan Sharp?
I mean, ants can pick up like 9 times their body weight.
But he's not an ant. Like it's in the name. He's a dragon.
Yeah, he's a dragon ant.
Do those exist?
I don't know, probably.
The pump and dump scheme is locked in. The Anaconda Vice maneuver that Mac Daddy Furnace employs. A pinfall. Johnny D is standing there, a warden over his compatriot, Mac Daddy Furnace.
Please tell me the name of that move is referencing like NST scams and not something else.
It's definitely NFTs. I hope. Morgan Sharp smart there to break up the pinfall.
I mean, this is a family show.
We're not even going to acknowledge the other things that euphemism can mean. A nice arm drag there by Dragon Kid. Tried to get a stomp in on Mac Daddy Furnace, but unable to do it. Now he finds himself on the defensive here. It's just getting his fingers annihilated. Something about fingers in this company. They're always the center of attention.
Should they have? I mean, fingers. Fingers.
Johnny D trying to make. I was gonna say Johnny D trying to make the most of Mac Daddy Furnace's hard work there.
Fingers.
This is bad news for Dragon Kid. Powerbomb. No.
Fingers.
Hurricane Rana.
Rusty spoons. Like rusty spoons.
Dragon Kid.
Ooh, I thought that would have hurt Dragon Kid more.
Me as well. Hurting me from here. Dragon Kid going up top. Is he gonna do that reverse Phoenix Splash, or he's got so many maneuvers from the top rope, you never know which one he's gonna hit.
Or miss.
Or miss.
If you can't tell, folks, I'm being very, very negative today.
And I'm just being very sick.
I mean, yeah, but not in a good way.
We're definitely gonna lose some subscribers for this one.
Doesn't matter. I'm not paid per subscriber. I'm paid per hour.
Yeah, a total of 0. On the outside in the ring, Dragon Kid trying to take advantage of the environment against Johnny D, but it's just not gonna happen.
Do you think any of our competitors get so tired that they just want to quit?
I mean, I'm not a competitor, but I want to quit right now. I want to go to sleep.
I mean, yeah, but you're weak.
I hate you.
There's a reason you're on the commentary team with me and not in the ring right now.
Well, what's your excuse, Jack?
My face is too pretty.
A regular Jacob Starry there. What is this? The sharpshooter again. Morgan Sharp got it locked in. Mac Daddy Furnace just seemed to...
Oh, he's gone. You can't blame.
Mac Daddy Furnace just
What are you gonna blame this time, Mac?
he pays by the hour, and the hour was up.
You fucking asshole. What the hell is this music?
It's Morgan Sharp's music. You don't hear it often because
He rarely wins. Oh, is Morgan Sharp gonna come get me? Well, is that it? Yep, that's it.
ladies and gentlemen, that was Covenant Pro Wrestling Uproar 1.7. Like, share, subscribe, and more. And please don't unsubscribe because I'm sick. We'll be back next week with Phoenix Rising.
If he's not better next week, I'm putting him down.
Please put me down.